Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking into the astrological new year predictions and messages. We're going to be delving into like what you might need to know, what could be coming up, what subject matter, etc., etc. Obviously we have 3 groups today. Please do remember that this is a general reading and not a personal one. So there's no reason to take anything personally if it doesn't resonate. Just take what does, leave the rest. If you feel called to listen to more than one group, obviously there's a reason for that. Go for it. Group 1, we have the moon. Group 2, we have dragon. Group 3, we have the cat with the moon on its head. Go ahead, meditate on whichever group or groups is calling to you, and let's go ahead and get started. Those of you who chose group 1 here with the moon, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what the astrological new year has in store for you. Astrological new year begins on the 20th. It's the first day of Aries season. It is like a solar return for everybody that occurs. It brings new beginnings. We, had the lunar eclipse on the 25th of March, and then we have that total solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse is in Libra. It's a full moon eclipse at 5 degrees. And then we have the solar eclipse in Aries that occurs, I always forget, is it the 8th or the 9th? I don't know. It's one of those. I think it's the 8th. Oh my God, I just realized the significance in that. Wow. Okay, that's for me personally. But anyway, let's see what comes up. So this is a big time for new beginnings, okay? And we literally have the North Node with the sun chilling in Aries. So this only happens like every 19 years. So this is a big deal. There's definitely change in the air. We have the 2 of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Emperor. We have discipline. We have eclipse in Aries. Holy shit. Collaboration. And we have eclipse in Sagittarius with growth. This is card 25. This is card 33 over here. So what do I feel is happening here? This group is definitely at a point where there's time to make a decision. I feel like you guys have been worried or been very hesitant to make a specific decision. I think it has something to do with your career or where you want to go in life. Again, this could have to do with the North Node. And the reason why you've been having such an issue with this is straight up, you lack the discipline to do so. This is your nod that right now, this lunar eclipse that happens on the 25th is for letting go. The solar eclipse attracts and brings in new things. In order to bring in those new things, though, we must release old ways, old things we're clinging on to. If any of you are thinking about gutting your closet or getting rid of shit, now is the perfect time to do that because it opens you up for newer things and, more of an energy flow. I am so fucking doing that. But anyway, there is a choice that needs to be made, and it's going to require discipline and responsibility for you to step up to the plate. This is going to bring some new responsibilities to you. This position where it's like you have to have the experience in which to achieve this position. So this is the Emperor here. This is talking about self-mastery. Okay, when we're dealing with the Emperor, this is talking about careers that have to do with leadership, self-employment, being the head of an organization. This could even talk about government jobs and stuff like this. But, this requires, in order for you to reach this position, you're going to have to accept responsibility. You're going to have to wield that sort of power. You're going to have to realize and take responsibility for your actions. You're going to have to be more independent, more strong, more disciplined. This is going to lead to a lot of personal growth. And for some of you, why you're having to make this decision at all is there could have been a setback that you've been suffering from, or some kind of hiccup in the path to success. But this isn't just some rando thing that occurred. It happened for a reason, to put you on the correct path. Once you recognize this and you understand, learn from your mistakes, learn from the faults, learn from different things like challenges that you've been presented with. Once you learn these and you accept responsibility for these and own these, this is when you come into your true power. And you're going to have success. There's going to be great growth. You're going to be collaborating with some others. Knowing how to collaborate and work with others is going to be very imperative and very important right now. So Anyways, it's kind of weird. I just got distracted because there is a squirrel in my hanging basket. It's a baby squirrel that came to say hello. So maybe squirrels, think about what squirrels do. They're little boogers, but they, oh, it's so cute. It's so young. They collect and they work really hard. They save for a rainy day, basically, okay? You guys need to be doing that as well, okay? And requires discipline in order to do this. You need to put in the effort and the work to, gain fruition, okay? So let's see what discipline here has to say for you. It says, remain focused, maintain concentration, pay attention. You are assertive and confident. You are soon to enjoy the benefits of self-control and your newfound focus. Develop self-mastery. Can you believe it says that? So it says, forge ahead and keep doing what you know best. Discipline is needed at this time. So if you want success, if you want to make, good on all your goals and things that you're trying to achieve in the astrological new year, again, this is the beginning of the freaking cycle. Okay. This is the solar return for Earth. Okay. That's happening here. You guys, you have got to fucking have that discipline, and you have to be willing to get your hands dirty and do the work. If you're lazy and sit on your butt, nothing's going to happen. Okay. And that ship will sail, you need to jump on this now, and you can't just remain blinded to like making a choice out of fear. You need to just swallow back the pride and be courageous and make that choice and take that leap. So it says, I am disciplined, loyal, and centered. I stand in my power with assertion and confidence. Exactly. So let's see what it says about, obviously we're not having an eclipse, but we are having an eclipse in Aries, that total solar eclipse in the US. So depending on where you are in the US, we'll be able to see that shit. So kind of exciting. So this is talking about boosting relationships through teamwork and compromise. You are a spiritual being experiencing life in the physical earthly domain, learning your own life lessons. Be led by your interests and above all, love with all your heart. This card can refer to a karmic connection, such as a soulmate or someone you feel drawn to, and signifies the time is right for a business or personal collaboration. You will feel fulfilled by expressing your true self and finding out more about your purpose in life. Again, there's that North Node stuff, right? You may wish to follow the yellow brick road and complete a project you feel truly motivated by, express your latent talents, and to learn new ways to get ahead. However, it is possible that you feel shy or unable to express yourself assertively. You may feel eclipsed by someone else. It's important at this time to see the other person's viewpoint, but also to be assertive. Avoid tempers and controlling behavior. Assert yourself lovingly and allow new ventures and relationships to enter your sphere. And that is what that solar eclipse does. It brings those new things in. So relationships are the fast track to learning at this time. So seek to understand yourself and others if you feel your way is being blocked by them. Show compassion and understanding for those who are unable to understand you. Avoid being reactive. Be proactive instead. Seek a balanced outlook to what is your path in life and what is another's path. Your paths may intersect, but need only continue together if the relationship is healthy and mutually supportive. Changes in your relationships can be symptomatic of big picture turning points in your learning curve. So try to see relationships in the broader perspective of your personal development. Now, if you are an Aries rising, this message is especially potent for you. I'm just saying, okay? Because that Aries, and then we have Libra on the 7th house. So this is going to be that relationship axis. Relationships are really the focus of people who have Aries and Libra, on 1st and 7th house axis kind of stuff. So look alive, you guys. So we have that Eclipse in Sagittarius card here. Let's see the message, the extended message here. This card is of personal growth. A turning point in a project or a learning curve is imminent. This is so crazy because these cards completely reiterate each other. Like they're strengthening the message, So a broad-minded approach to your own abilities and interests will allow new information and research to enrich your life as a project or phase in your life reaches completion. That's so the lunar eclipse on the 25th, right? This represents the culmination of a steep learning curve. You will gain fresh insight and information to allow you to broaden your scope and begin an exciting adventure. A trip, legal matter, or a move may be in the cards. Travel, study, and furthering your own initiatives can consume your time now, and you will Gradually feel optimistic about growth and new horizons. If doubts creep in, ensure you check details and boost your ideas with expert advice. You are beginning to reach a new level of wisdom and experience and may be called upon to teach, mentor, or advise or coach others. Your ability as a teacher can lead to new options. Do not doubt your abilities, but step into new roles with certainty and knowledge. You will bring much wisdom to those who need it. If opposition to your projects or obstacles arise at this time, ensure you represent the truth above all else. Avoid gossip, half-truths, and trickery. Your honesty and steadfastness, God, I can't say that word today, are not only an asset to you, but are also your crowning glory. If you feel you have lost direction or that considerable changes are far beyond your comfort zone, rest assured you will rise to the challenges and find direction. A legal matter may be disruptive, but as long as you adhere to the truth, justice will reign. A setback may seem to delay matters or take you on an unanticipated journey of discovery. You will find success even if along the way you seem to take several detours or knocks. This is the card of delayed success. So it's very interesting how both of these cards are so similar. Both are fire signs. We literally have Aries card here. We have Aries right here. So why do I feel like that there's few of you definitely are Aries sun or Aries rising who are watching this? This is potent shit. Just remain disciplined. Stay steadfast. Now, warning. Handle things with class, handle things with compromise through teamwork. Don't act like the negative aspect of the Queen of Swords, where she is a nasty, cold-hearted bitch. And she's very cutting and cruel with her words. We don't want to go there because you're being watched right now. And how you handle yourself in this situation is going to say it all, and it's going to set you up for success. So watch your booty, seriously, because that power, that sword is going to be held, like literally handed over to you. There's somebody who's ready, like, I'm done with this, I want to retire, and they're going to hand over the reins to you. So you need to really handle this as a class act, you guys. Maintain that discipline. Success will be yours this year if you do that. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have for this group. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a video from me. If you'd like to check out more readings, I have all kinds of stuff over on my Patreon, magic stuff, you name it, we have it over there. Go ahead and check that out. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. For those of you who chose group 2 with the dragon, this is going to be your reading. This is the year of the dragon we're in right now. So if you are a dragon, this is definitely a message for you. So let's see what the astrological new year holds in store. So, wow, we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Death card. We have Scorpio energy. We have the 8 of Wands and then the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is a very interesting combination of cards. We have self-worth. We have Moon in Leo with heroism. Let your inner hero out. We have Sun in Cancer. Focus on your home and love. Okay, so straight up it goes like this. Obviously, for this group, I feel like Cancer, the summer is going to be a really potent time for you guys, especially Cancer, Leo season, and I'm going to say Scorpio season in the fall. These are going to be really powerful turning points for you guys during the year, okay? Maybe some of you, that's when your birthday happens. That's when your personal solar return happens, because this astrological new year is like a solar return for the collective, it's for everybody. But what I see here is we are really coming into our self-worth. You're starting to really get the message finally. And you're like sick and tired of being sick and tired. Maybe this has something to do with the Pluto transit for you, because that's what it does. It pushes you right into where you're supposed to be. You will gain a lot of power depending on your zodiac sign. If you're one of the fixed zodiac signs, especially Aquarius, this is going to, Leo is another one. Scorpio is another. Taurus, right? Yes. Shit. Yeah. Okay. Brain fart. Anyway, so if we're dealing with fixed energy, okay, you guys are used to being stubborn and having your way the highway, but it's like if you have a lot of mutable, even if you have like a fixed sun sign, if you have a lot of mutable or a lot of cardinal, you're going to get more shit done and you're going to be able to work with that fixed energy a little bit. But if you have a lot of fixed energy, change is very difficult for people who have, they think that they can control everything when really they're the ones who need to go with the flow more than anyone else. They need to let go. The lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse that happens on the 25th of March is at 5 degrees in Leo. And that's funny because we have moon in Leo right here. But it's not, the moon isn't in Leo, it's in Libra, but it's at a Leo degree. So I feel like if you have fixed energy, this message is definitely going to be really potent for you. But we are finally gaining more self-worth. We're leaving behind that lack mentality. There's a message that's going to be coming through some sort of transformational act, whether this is some kind of potent spiritual awakening, like a dream that happens where it's like you wake up and you're like sweating and you're shivering all over because you literally saw the face of your fucking maker or some shit like that. Maybe even through hearing about a death of someone, or it's like, I feel like it's just the death of the old you that's happening here. But it's like the message is once you freaking release this little like crappy lack mentality, okay, and stop playing the victim, okay. And when I say that, people get all butthurt when I use that phrase. Well, guess what? Too bad, because that's when you play the victim. What is going on is you're blaming everybody else for the choices you make. You are feeling like you have no say and no choice. And literally, you will literally speak it out like, well, I can't do that because of this or this situation or that person. That's a victim mentality. Okay. Period. Instead of looking at the challenges that you face and being, victim to it and wanting people to feel sorry for yourself, instead, you look at it and go, okay, I see this challenge. What am I learning from this here? Let me see. Let me take some notes here. I'm going to write this fucking down. And how am I reacting to this? Where am I pouring the energy? Am I giving all my energy away? Am I freaking feeling like I'm a big loser or that I have no worth or I don't deserve these things? Ask yourself these questions. This is when we are going to get real with ourselves, like hardcore. And once we do this, once you look at a challenge and you stare it in the face and you get some courage and you swallow your freaking pride and, you put the ego aside for a fucking second. Okay. Hello, Leo. Hello, Scorpio. When you put that aside for a second and you just like look at it and go, okay, I see you. I see the situation. And you know what? It's not going to fucking break me because if anybody can overcome that shit, you guys can. So don't give me this victim shit. Okay? That's weak. Okay? No, we are not doing that. We are better than this. Yes? Okay? So we are letting this go. It is going bye-bye. It's kaputs. Fuck that shit. We are the Queen of Pentacles. We are abundant. We are badass. We are nurturers. We are caregivers. We are Cancer-like when it comes to our love. Leo is the heart, you guys. This requires some heart. This requires some nurturing of that inner self, that inner child right now. This is about self-worth. If you want love in your life, if you want success in your life, it all begins with you first. It's like the oxygen mask in the freaking airplane. It comes down, you put yourself and you take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. I'm sorry, but and mothers, if you're a mom and you're listening to this, you're guilty of this shit where you put everybody before you a lot of the times instead of taking care of yourself first. This makes us better parents. This makes us better moms, that we are able to we take care of ourselves. We meet our own needs first. Then we can give of ourselves fully to someone else. And if you don't have kids, if you're not in a relationship or whatever, this is what it takes to have a healthy one, okay? Is having self-worth, having self-respect, and knowing limits, knowing boundaries, and standing your fucking ground, okay? We have to have that self-worth. And I feel that this year is the year for that for many of you, okay? No doubt about it. We're coming out of this freaking poor, crappy freaking mentality, and we are owning our shit. We are accepting responsibility for our choices and our actions and our thought patterns. We are taking charge. We are taking control. We are receiving downloads and messages from the divine that are pushing us into this Queen of Pentacles badass energy. Hell yes. She is amazing. Everyone likes her. She is like a patron of the arts and sciences. She is freaking, magnanimous. She cares about everyone in her kingdom. She has got a lot to give. Why? Because she has that self-worth and she has it in spades. So therefore she can nurture and care for others. If many of you are being put in this position where you're feeling like you always have to give yourself to family members in particular, okay? You need to start standing your ground and setting your boundaries, saying, hey, I've got time for you for this, but I need this time for myself, and you're just going to have to accept it. And that's that. And stand your ground, lock yourself in your fucking bathroom, make yourself a bath, have a glass of wine, and chill the fuck out. Okay? Because you cannot take care of others if you cannot take care of your fucking self. All right? Woo! All right, so focus on your home and love. Let your inner hero out. Okay, and like for many of you, I feel like you've been giving too much of yourself to other people to the point where it's depleted you to shit. And now it's time for that transformation and to take your power back. Okay? How can you truly freaking be your best self if you're letting people vamp you to death and suck you dry? Okay? You need to stand your ground. Okay? Especially at home. All right, so let's take a look at the self-worth. Are you having a hard time accepting just how important you really are? Is the full potential of your personal power buried deep beneath the weight of low self-esteem? Your ego feels wounded. Old hurts rise to the surface at the slightest provocation. There may be a reduced sense of self-worth. Avoid being overly self-indulgent, as such a tendency is not always good for you. Accept your greatness. Be authentic and start standing in your power. Be patient as you learn to understand yourself better. So it says, I stand in my own power. I love myself and I believe in myself. And like I said, fixed energy people, this is especially for you because you guys are way too stubborn and you need to, realize, heed the message. That's all I got to say. Okay. So with the sun in Cancer, again, I feel like these two time periods are going to be really important. And for anybody who has their moon in Leo, this is also a message for you as well. So this is the time to focus on your heart. Focus on those you love in your home, your family, and your sense of connectedness to the big picture family, your ancestry, your roots, and your children. A new development with family or property, such as a move or home decorating, will ask that you avoid being overly emotional in your responses. Respond compassionately to events, or you will find that life can become challenging or even topsy-turvy. Trust that new developments will be to your advantage, and at the least will teach you a fresh and deeper understanding of yourself and the people you love. Your emotions may be particularly heightened, so this is an excellent time to look for ways to soothe and calm strong emotions such as fear, jealousy, a sense of loss, or anxiety. Meditation, yoga, and mindfulness will help you stay calm. At this time, a fresh project that involves writing or storytelling may appeal to you. It's an excellent time to tap into your imagination and to create art, music, and poetry. This is also an excellent time to develop your intuition. Absolutely. To trust your instincts. The spiritually minded will enjoy delving more deeply into mysticism and an understanding of your greater purpose in life. This is a good time to boost your understanding of dream work or shamanistic abilities. A psychic intuitive development course, counseling course, or writing course will stimulate ideas and deeper understanding of life and yourself. So with the moon in Leo, with card 17, your profile, kudos, and self-esteem. See, they talk about self-esteem with Leo. I told you. Kudos and self-esteem can blossom now. Invest time in yourself, promote your abilities, and be a peacock. Celebrate. You may be at your peak, so enjoy being respected and the center of attention. In other words, you're a hero. You are at the top of your game, riding the crest of a wave, fulfilling your needs to shine as brightly as you can. Be aware. There are two sides to being a hero. You may have reached a goal, but you must guard against vanity, laziness, and pride. It doesn't take much to fall from grace. You can give birth to a new circumstance, but must take nothing for granted. Leaner times may lie ahead, but with careful planning, you can achieve your goals and retain success. It's kind of funny it's saying that, and we have both of these cards here, so yeah. Avoid competitiveness and one-upmanship, as these could lead to a false sense of self-importance and ultimately to your downfall. A strong sense of gratitude and compassion for others will promote your talents in a positive light and add to the cycle of ever-increasing good fortune. You may feel particularly creative and wish to shout your ideas from the rooftops. You may also feel particularly generous, but it's important that your generosity is channeled into worthy causes, or you risk squandering your finances and wasting good intentions on unworthy causes or being taken advantage of. The peacock in you may wish to show off. But if your exuberance threatens others, your position may be the subject of jealousy, and your rivals may feel provoked to teach you a lesson. So ensure you maintain perspective and balance. Okay, so yeah, nobody likes a cocky asshole, right? So just watch out for that, because I do see that there's great success, a gain in that self-worth. But when you reach success, some people cannot handle it and they become utter and complete nightmares. Okay. When you are truly, when you want to be successful and you want to stay there, then you need to learn that first off, once you reach the top, there's no other way but down after that. So in order to maintain, momentum or whatever, you're going to have to accept that somebody is thirsty and they're coming in behind you. Okay. But also, if you want to maintain levels of respect and still maintain that success, you're going to have to maintain that level of power and exertion and everything that you've been doing all along, that momentum. So this is why we want to make sure that we're practicing things in moderation and we stay balanced, because if we're overexerting ourselves, there's nothing but a crash that's going to come to you. So you have to maintain, just like I said, balance, harmony. Okay. You gotta have that. You really do. And you gotta balance work and play. You have to do that in order to be a healthy individual mentally. You absolutely have got to do that. Do not overdo things. And I'm saying, especially because these signs in particular that are showing up here have a tendency to overdo shit. Okay. And can overexert themselves. And then they end up disappointed. We don't want to go there. Okay. Let's not go there. All right. We have the possibility for great success in this year, as long as things are handled correctly. We remember our self-worth. We put a death to the old to bring in the new. We have to shed our skin like a snake. Okay. And become reborn. And I do see the summer and fall are going to be really potent times for this group, I feel. So there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a reading from me. If you'd like to check out more stuff by me or get a personal reading, I have a Patreon. You can reach me there. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. Thanks for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. For those of you who picked group 3, this is going to be your reading with the cat. Let's see what the astrological new year has in store for you. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have the High Priestess. We have the Lover. So we have lunar energy. We have the Gemini card. We have the 5 of Swords, and we have Pluto's card. We have wealth. Well, hello, Pluto and wealth. These go hand in hand. Yes, yes. We have Moon in Sagittarius with discovery. We have freedom and adventure, and we have personal growth with Moon and Taurus with self-esteem. This is very interesting because self-esteem came up with the last group. It was being mentioned. So obviously this is something that everybody needs to work on, a lot of people, which I'm not surprised because it's something we all can work on at all times. And it's something you will work on for the rest of your life. So, because there's just days where we just feel like ass, right? You know, and then we have to, it's how we handle that and how we come out of it that matters. Okay. Seriously. With the High Priestess, this is talking about intuition, picking our battles. We are having a rebirth. You're at a crossroads right now. Seriously, with the Lovers card showing up. And I did pull this particular card for the card of the week in my shorts. If you guys aren't watching my shorts, you should, because I do those every week, 3 times a week. So anyways, the Lovers, decision-making time. You're being divinely guided. There's time to... The choices you make are definitely dependent on how you are viewing yourself. Esteem-wise, self-love is through this that you gain wealth. Okay, I think that maybe some of you think that you are not, like maybe having a little bit of imposter syndrome or thinking you're not worthy of having something, you know, like having wealth in your life. There's more than one way besides money to have wealth. There's wealth in relationships. There's wealth in love. I feel like you guys have been struggling and fighting to, like especially having like being stuck in a specific standpoint about how you view relationships or something like this. And I see that that's about to change. Maybe some of you have a really shitty attitude towards wealth. Okay. Wealth is just nothing but a source of energy. It is energy flow. Okay. Money and wealth is just a form of energy, literally. And if it's stuck or if you're having a negative attitude about it, it's no wonder it's not flowing, you know, and there needs to be that. I almost get the sense that somebody here literally meets their mate through where they gain their wealth. So, but I do feel like this astrological year is one of great transformation. Many of you are going to be like intuitively drawn to meeting your lover, the one, like your mate. You're going to feel very called, very strong. And maybe for some of you, you're going to be fighting against that intuition. You're going to be like trying to come up with reasons why it's not right or it's not true or, you know, oh, you know, it's just bullshit. It's just imagination and shit like, oh God. These people who think this way really need to change their point of view because your intuition is your gut instincts. And if you're ignoring them saying it's just your imagination, then you are seriously screwing yourself in the ass without any lube. Okay. Like you guys know, all right. You have to trust your gut. You have to listen to that intuition. The most wealthy and successful people on the planet do listen to their intuition. They do listen to their gut. Okay. The most famous people too, because they trust their own instincts. They trust their own, you know, guts. Through this process, you're going to become, you know, liberated. You're going to be experiencing a lot of freedom and a lot of adventure. For many of you, you could be traveling this year. Through this whole process, I see who you are now at the beginning of the astrological year, which begins, you know, on, you know, Ostara, okay? Like when Aries season begins, that is the beginning of the new astrological new year. And by next year's astrological new year, you're going to be a completely different person. The personal growth is going to be phenomenal. Many of you are going to become like wealthier. You're going to be wealthier in so many different aspects of your life. It's not even funny. Why? Because you finally learned how to trust your instincts, trust your guts. You know, you will be able to make better choices, pick your battles better, and you are literally become transformed through this process. I think many of you are really argumentative, or somebody here is, and they're always like trying to fight and argue and my way, the highway, you know, is, you know, I'm always right, you're always wrong kind of bullshit, or you're trying to argue constantly and fight with somebody, trying to make something happen, or you're trying to control somebody when finally you're going to realize, I can't do this anymore. This is not working for me. No one fucking likes me anymore because of it or whatever. You're pushing people out of your life. And this is like a realization, an aha moment. It's like a rebirth that's happening here with the Pluto energy. Also, with that Pluto transit, it could be triggering some wealth into your life. And it's like you're finally getting serious about this shit. And you're realizing, you know what, I'm tired of fucking not being able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know, I feel like you're just going to be realizing more that your attitude and your energy affects your wealth more than you thought. And that is going to change, okay? We're dealing with Taurus, which of course is on the opposite spectrum of Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house. The 2nd house, which is Taurus's house, is the house of money. And the 8th house is too. 8th house always has to do with like joint resources and other people's money. It also comes from royalties, commissions, things like this. The 2nd house, this is our own personal assets. I feel like these two are going to be triggered for you this year. And you're going to be like maybe coming up with new ways to make new income or side hustles, things like this. And you're going to discover, maybe it's even going to lead you to some travel and things like this along the way. So let's take a look at that wealth message and see what it has to say. And I get the sense that through this process, you can meet some lovers this way, you know? So this is a card of sophistication, elegance, style, and exuberance, but be warned. Too much of each can make you appear superficial and dramatic. Make sure you are not overstepping your boundaries by being pushy or overly opinionated. Your intentions are true and your heart is in the right place, but someone may not be ready to hear you right now. So it says, I do not force my opinions on others. However, I am always open to making suggestions and giving my firm advice where it is needed. Exactly. You know, I mean, speak your truth, say what you need to say, get it off your chest. But sometimes people just don't want to hear it. And I can tell you right now from experience, a lot of times people just don't want to hear it because they don't want to freaking change, or they think they don't have to, or they're just too lazy to. Okay, straight up. So, because they don't want to put in any work. You know, people are fucking lazy. This is like a really fucking bad problem. And people will make every excuse in the book as to why they can't have something or do something. And really, they're just lying to themselves to make themselves feel better because they're actually afraid to get out there and try to do that thing. You know, they will put personal blockages on their own success because they fear success. So with the moon in Sag, you are at the peak of an emotional learning curve. You are at a point where your wisdom and experience are a real credit to you. You can rely on your own abilities to guide you through a successful phase in your life as you prepare to broaden horizons emotionally and potentially even step into uncharted waters. If you are single, prepare to be more outgoing and to actively seek a suitable partner. Oh my God. If you are looking for a partner, you'll enjoy investing your time and energy in exciting activities that do not tie you down. Couples will feel emotionally fulfilled by introducing a more upbeat or exciting approach to their physical relationship. Ooh la la. Well, it is Sagittarius. They're kinky motherfuckers. More broadly, an adventure will feel exciting. Travel, spiritual interests, a legal matter, or education will all lead to a fresh chapter in your life. This represents real gain, deeper wisdom, and a sense of satisfaction, especially if you rely on your good sense, the facts, research, and your ability to process information well. A long trip, study, or other adventure will open new doors and may test your resourcefulness. If you are engaged in a legal matter, this will come to a peak and produce a fair outcome if you rely on your wisdom and experience. Avoid being overly emotional and consult experts. A contract or an agreement should be adhered to produce a fair outcome. Study sporting activities and pastimes that produce an optimistic outlook certainly will promote the feel-good factor in your life. Be ready to discover and enjoy life more. You will attract abundance and wealth by believing you are worthy of it and by visualizing happiness ahead of you. It is within your reach now. Hell yeah, baby. And then we have Moon in Taurus, okay, with self-esteem, personal growth. You'll feel emotionally drawn to indulge in life's delights. A sensual phase and a strong sense of belonging are present right now. A deeply intense tie to a person, an idea, or a project could reach a new level. Sensuality, a taste of stability, and security are qualities you will look for both in yourself and in others. They are within reach. A strong pull to music, the arts, beauty, and love is present in your life. You will enjoy reveling in the sensuality of life, and your emotions may take the lead. A love affair or a relationship can bloom, but if a sense of belonging is absent, this can lead to feelings of insecurity. As it is time to establish a sense of security, it is also a good time to boost self-esteem and self-worth, as these qualities form the bedrock of your sense of stability. Organize your finances so that they provide you with the stability you are looking for. In these ways, you can attain a sense of security. If single, look for new ways to meet prospective partners as the time is ripe to enjoy more sensuality in your life and to form partnerships. Ventures and projects you have worked on for some time are coming to fruition. You can see how your hard work is being rewarded with the fruits of your labor as you are in a gathering phase that attracts abundance. This card can suggest that financially you will profit and that a business venture will succeed. A financial or business venture can lead to more opportunities. This is a fertile phase for you, so ensure you maintain your upwards trajectory by tending to your finances and business opportunities proactively and methodically. It is also a period of personal growth in which your goals will become more attainable as you develop your self-esteem. Okay, very interesting messages here. Looks like this is going to be one hell of a year for this group. Lots of transformational energy. I think that Pluto transit is really triggering some shit for you. And, you know, money is on the foray. Like, it's like, this is going to be a focus. And it's kind of funny because once this starts to flow, you'll notice that everything else is going to flow too. It's all going to come at once, like a big tsunami at you. A tsunami of pleasurable good things, I feel like. A lot of satisfaction. Pearls of wisdom, you know. Like literally, you're going to be over the moon, literally, okay? I mean, it's going to be a very interesting time for this group. So remember, pick your battles. Don't waste your time on bullshit, okay? All right, that's it. That's all I have for this reading. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a video from me. If you'd like to check out more stuff, go ahead over to my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.